If you would have told me back in 2018, 2019, that some years later we'd be getting a God of War game focusing on Kratos' wife, Faye, I would have told you, I don't want that. Why are we doing that? God of War game with no Kratos? Are you crazy? That's what I would have told you back then. And last month, when the rumors came around that a Faye spinoff game was coming, I said the same thing. I said, I don't want that shit. Don't no God of War fan want that shit. But when you show me this, what's that Leonardo DiCaprio said?
Gentlemen, you have my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Broadway, and we back with a new video. Get this damn delay out my head. We back with a new video. Like I said in the ill one, it's gaming week, baby. Sony State of Play was yesterday, and the main thing I had to talk about that wasn't ill had to be God of War, Laufey. And you saw in that intro my thoughts on it precisely. My first impressions of this Faye spinoff title. I didn't want this shit. And the thing is, I've been in comment sections already talking to folk. Little small debates, no arguments. I'm a genuine person. But, you know, a lot of people seem to think, oh, people and looked at this game and saw a woman and was like, nope, I'm good. A woman action game, I'm good. And I had to jump into the debate and say, I think it's more like God of War fans seeing this and hearing that and being like, hold on, there's a God of War game without Kratos? Nah, I'm good. I don't want that. And I'm right there with them. Or at least I was. I didn't want this. And I don't like to put words in people's mouths or speak for a community, but I think that most of the God of War community doesn't want a spin-off game of different characters that aren't Kratos, regardless if it's a female or not. Because, you know, back in Ragnarok, when they were talking about Atreus getting a spin-off game, I didn't want that. I didn't want Atreus going to Egypt or anywhere else and taking those mythology spotlights away from Kratos going in and fucking them gods up. I didn't want that for even Atreus, his son. So what made you think I was going to want that for Laufey? Well, people, we're going to go ahead, watch this here. We're just going to start it up, keep the volume just a little low. We're going to talk about it, and we're just going to let it play, talk about it, full screen it, let it go through. Let's react, you know? We get the beautiful singing. Let's put this back on. Oh, man. And this is how we get to my impressions
Find your way home.
Completely blown out of the water. And I mean completely out of the water. So one thing we do know for sure, let me just keep talking about that, because the gameplay in itself, man, it feels God of War, like modern God of War at least. And let's just say I am one of those people that I either like to put up or shut up. And I'll just give you the same. I'll give you a scenario. I love rap music, and we'll talk about Cardi B for a second. You know, when Cardi B was coming out and she was dropping tracks like Bodak Yellow, and then she had that single with 21 Savage. I don't even remember what it's called. But I didn't believe in her ability to rap and to actually be a good rapper and have longevity in the game. But then she came out with her album, Invasion of Privacy. And that album shut me up because she did what I wanted her to do and what I was afraid she wasn't going to do. And that was release an album where she's actually rapping, being personable, talking about things that are close to her, still talking her shit because that's who she is, but still making a relatable, personal album that's not just about flexing materialistic things. She was actually personal. And she shut me up and I'm a fan now. That is exactly what the 20 minutes of this gameplay did for me. It shut me up. I can't wait to play as Faye. And yeah, let's just get into the third thing we're gonna talk about. And we might just actually go ahead and skip ahead to where we do get some of this, but we're just gonna skip ahead to the combat here. Yeah. And this right here. So one thing that we can already establish from this entrance in the God of War franchise is how it's setting up combat mechanics for the trilogy remake. And right here are combos. We didn't have that in the Norse mythology, and so you can already see they're laying the groundwork. You know, she's already faster. She's doing air combos. She's still doing a lot of great third-person action shit that we know from Santa Monica. And yeah, man, they're laying the work down. They're laying the foundation for the God of War trilogy remake. And I think this just confirms it, the fact that they've given her air combos, and it's in this third-person over-the-shoulder perspective. That confirms that I think that's what they're gonna do for the trilogy remake. And, you know, they could do like a Resident Evil Requiem where you can switch back and forth from over-the-shoulder third person and then doing like classic top-down isometric type of view. They could do that, but I think this is proof of concept right here that OG trilogy combat is sustainable and attainable through their new modern over-the-shoulder system. So that's one thing that's really getting me excited, is they're laying the groundwork for that. And now we're gonna go ahead and talk about story,
guess I'll find my own
characters, all this different type of stuff. Because a lot of people, I've been watching a lot of different reactors, podcasters that were watching the State of Play talk about it, and I'm surprised at how many people are actually just straight up tired and done with Norse mythology. I can agree that I was a bit taken aback. I think there's actually more that I think I could have gotten out of that. Is that really the best we can get right now? There ain't no 4K for this game spot. But yeah, so a lot of people were like, please don't have this be taking place in Norse mythology. And the great thing is, it looks like it's not, because this is, you can kind of look at this as like a Halo 3 ODST, you know? It's not a prequel, but it takes place in the middle of events that happened in Halo 2. So you're playing as ODST, Orbital Shock Troopers, dropping into New Mombasa after the Scarab blows up and the Covenant do that slip space rupture through the city, and it tears the whole city up. So you're playing in the middle of Halo 2's story, and that they're taking that same approach with God of War Laufey, and this story picks up right in the beginning of God of War 2018, where they cremate her body, and then they're off to go to, you know, Jotunheim and spread her ashes. So really dig that they're taking that approach. And right here we get these two completely different gods from different realms. I forget, I think her name is Sekhmet, or I may be pronouncing that, butchering it, but one of these two, that's what their names is. And I know he's the Hindu God of War, and she's coming from the Egyptian timeline. So, and they're able to get away with this because the setting of this game for the story is going to be taking place in the afterlife, where all of the gods who die go. So I think that sets up a lot of potentially interesting story beats that we can get with Kratos' family. Obviously, we not even the family, but just the pantheon of gods that he's slaughtered through, you know, the Greek timeline. So it's going to be interesting to see who she meets, who she runs into, what characters there are. It's how, like, who, if a lot, I saw some people saying in the comments that the ending of this game could potentially end with her being stuck in Egypt, and maybe that's somehow Kratos gets wind of this in a way and he's able to go look for her, and that's the new mainline game after this one is Kratos. That's how Kratos gets to Egypt. I could see that. So if that's the case, then it makes me wonder what gods and goddesses are they going to be using from different realms in this game that they're not, like, what gods are disposable that we don't, I can't see us fighting Anubis here in the afterlife in this game. Like, I can't see Anubis being dead and we fight him as Faye. Like, I feel like that is a Kratos boss, right? So I'm just very interested to see what they throw at her. And so let's get up just a little bit right here. Very interested to see what gods and characters they bring back and new ones we can see. We're gonna go ahead and get into. I've only got one gripe, and
the ribbons, obviously.
I should have expected it because, you know, this is just Santa Monica writing style and characters. We've had these types of characters for the last 2 games with Brock, Sindri, and the damn head. Why can't I remember the head's name?
Of course I'm
damn.
here.
It's like literally on the tip of my tongue, but I can't, for some reason, get it out. But yeah, the talking gelatinous cube and the talking ribbons that are on the sword, I'm kind of impartial to. I really hope that Jack Quaid is not going to be sitting there annoying me the entire runtime. I really don't want that, because it's not like Atreus, where there's an arc we can logistically see with, you know, like a father and son growing their relationship over the game. I do not care if Faye gets closer with this gelatinous cube, no matter how charming Jack Quaid portrays as it. And that's, you know, and I'm sorry, that's just me. You know, there has to be, I guess, there has to be one negative / grifter thing in this video, right? And that's just me not really caring for the cube character and, you know, the charm that they're trying to bring with him. I do think it is fucking hilarious. Let's go ahead and skip ahead a bit more.
How do I accept that?
I do think it is great that the cube is going to be used in combat. I won't say the word great, that's that's kind of too much, but it's fucking hilarious. But we get some more action here with Faye. And let me know what you guys think. This is giving me so much Heavenly Sword vibes. Was Heavenly Sword as cool as a game that I remember it being? Because I remember playing the shit out of it and really liking it. I don't know if that was just me as a kid gooning for the fact that it was a sexy woman showing off a bunch of skin doing shit that Kratos was doing, or if it was actually a pretty legit and fun game to play. So, yeah, that's giving me these vibes. And like I said, one more thing about the cube. If you do not press square to attack as the cube, I'm gonna be very, very disappointed in Santa Monica. Very disappointed. Yeah. This boss fight right here is sick as hell. This dude looks badass. And I'm gonna keep it real. That's like the one thing that I did not like about the Norse mythology, if I'm being real, is there was not half as many like extremely badass moments from, like, you know, the OG trilogy. Not only do you need things to be as brutal and, you know, and as horrific and gory as the OG trilogy was when it comes to combat, but this Like, I love the fact that, like, yeah, we're playing as a woman, but this dude is whipping her ass. There is no segregation or there's no judgment and inequality when it comes to these hands. All right, he's giving it to her, she's giving it to him right back. I love this shit. So, and we just saw right there the comboing with the cube. Like I said, like, gameplay, like it's not like anything new. We've had the system in the last 2 God of War games, mainly in Ragnarok, especially like expanded on it. But I'm mainly excited for it. I just can't wait to get back in this universe that they've created. And I hate that this is like not 4K. I wish I could find some 4K, but it is so because it looks like shit on your end. But yeah, this fight looks fucking awesome. And I saw a lot of people saying like, oh yeah, it was 20 minutes, but 75% of it was really just cinematics. And can we please, like, I get it, like you can't tell us it's 20 minutes of straight gameplay, but then most of it's not even playable. We're just watching cool stuff happen. We know what we're getting. We know what God of War brings to the table. Sure, like, they've gone like more cinematic and when it comes to story, more story driven, like you can. But I think if we're comparing this with, say, like The Last of Us, and more specifically The Last of Us 1, because I don't think The Last of Us 2 suffers from this, but I think The Last of Us 1 is a great game to watch somebody play. Like, you're getting there, you're getting a movie experience. You don't have to sit there and deal with the repetitive combat system of The Last of Us 1, which is, you know, running infected inhumans around the pole or couches and things, running them around the environment, getting behind a corner, and then ambushing them and beating the hell out of them. Last of Us 1 combat system is absolutely boring as all fucking sin. And so, genuinely, that's just what I feel about that. But it's a great game to watch, a horrendous game to play and sit through. But Last of Us 2 doesn't have that problem. I think God of War has that perfect balance. It's a perfect game you can just sit and watch somebody play and get a movie experience from it. And God of War is a perfect game that you can sit down and play for yourself, because the combat system, the combos, everything you can do in this game just on your own is so much fun, and it's so much to dig deep into. And you know, that's the main thing I'm excited for in this game. I hope to God that there's, you know, I love Atreus as a character, but that's one of the reasons I could never go back to God of War Ragnarok and keep replaying it and mastering the combat system and the combo system like I did in God of War 2018, because I went back to play Ragnarok the second time, completely blanked out that Jotunheim and Angerboda section, that 3 to 4 hour section with Atreus and Angerboda. And when I got back to that the second time around, I could not get through it. You know, I think I did get through it and I got back to Kratos, but it was like, once I got back to playing as Atreus again, it was like, I think I'm good on this game. I just want to play as Kratos and practice my combos and get better and play on the highest difficulty. But if that means each time I do that, I have to sit through 4 hours of a segment that I don't give a shit about. And that's not in regards to story. The first time you play that section in regards to story, I think it's amazing and it adds a lot. But when I'm just going back through on replays, just trying to see how quick I can get through engagements and practice my combos, as I said, I don't want that. I just want to play as Kratos. So God of War Faye, I might play that more than Ragnarok. If it's just her the entire time, this combat system, oh, I can tell I'm going to want to master this shit. So, yeah. Final just closing thoughts. I can't wait for this game now. It completely sold me. I didn't want a Faye spinoff. Any spinoff for God of War, really, like if you were going to have a spinoff game for this series without branching away from Kratos, you were going to have to try hard to sell me. And god damn it, you tried so hard that it made me bust. So, y'all, that's me and my perspective on God of War Laufey. I can't fucking wait for it. It looks great. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. But most of all, guys, you guys be safe, have faith, and keep pace out there. It's a crazy world, and I need you to come back and like, comment, subscribe, and get that algorithm up so you guys and others in this world can get this good shit I'm spreading and come get you some more of this greatness from Broadway. All right? We love y'all. I hope y'all love me. Nope, I'm just kidding. Peace.